Welcome to another Spreadsheeters video guide. You can find written instructions for these steps on the Spreadsheeters website. In this video, we'll see how to refresh a pivot table in Google Sheets. Pivot tables are one of the most useful tools in Google Sheets. They are built on an underlying data set and they summarize the data using aggregation functions. In Google Sheets, whenever the data source is changed, the underlying data has changed, the pivot table is refreshed automatically. So there isn't a refresh data option as such in Google Sheets. There may be a situation where you find a discrepancy between the underlying data and the pivot table, and this could be due to some other reasons which we will now look at in this example. So here I have a data source and I have the pivot table adjoining the data source. Now when I look at this, I find that this code AM, is not reflecting in the pivot table. So there's one row with AM, there are two rows, and there's a row at the end with AM, but these are not there in the summary. So let's go to Edit Table and check. The first thing we'll do is check the filters. So scroll down and there is a filter here showing 6 items. When I expand this, I see that the AM is not included in these filters. It has not been selected. So I can either select it, but in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the filter. So I will click the cross, and let's collapse this pane. And I will see now that the AM has appeared here. Now this has taken care of the first AM, but there is still one more AM that doesn't seem to have been included, because here the sum is showing as 5, but actually it should be 15 because the second row of AM has a 10. So let's take a look at the pivot table pane again. Click Edit and the editor is opened. Now when I look at the range, I see that it is from A1 to D20, whereas my AM row is in row 21. So that means that this range has not been defined to include the last row. So I will click here and change this to 21. So, and then now the selected data range box opens and it gives me this range. I say okay, and I can now close this. When I collapse the pane, I take a look at the pivot table and I see that AM has been updated correctly to show 15. So this is how you can refresh a pivot table in Google Sheets. Please read the appended article for further guidance.